me about how when you found out you were going to France and then your time in France.
Okay. Actually, that was before I had met Mark, of course, but I was living in Seattle. And my dad said one time, because I was dating a member not of our faith, and he just said, "Have you ever thought of going on a mission?" I said, "No, not at all." And I was a little bit put out because there were there were some women in our ward though who had gone on missions that came home and had a beautiful life and family. So that started to just come into my mind more and more and more. And then I decided, yeah, Dad, I want to go on a mission. So I had saved my money so that I could pay my way. I knew my parents couldn't. And I was not as thrifty as Mark, but somewhat more saving then. And so I put in my application and I got called to France. And I'd never been to France before in my life. And that's where I ended up. And the first time they gave me a companion in France, they gave me someone who spoke Swiss. Well, she was from Switzerland, and she spoke German and French. And she actually spoke English, but she pantomimed instead of making me, she would pantomime the words, or she would tell me what she was doing, like, follow me or something like that.
Allez.
Yeah, yeah. I think the part that I loved the most was getting outside of the big city and into the homes of the French people that were more countryside and more farmers and people where this was the house and attached to it was a barn. So you had your horses next door in the same building, but these were really humble people, and they just treated you so good. And I loved being with them, probably more than I did have some experiences in being in the Bois de Boulogne, you know where that is in France, in being in that area in close to Paris and stuff. And I did like it there, and that was really a good experience for me just to feel the culture. I got to see the Louvre and yeah, all of that kind of stuff I got to visit. And once you understand their culture, I find it's really easy to talk to them about other things because they want to tell you about their culture and their life. And I was willing to listen. And I was willing to. A lot of times we would leave a Book of Mormon with them, and they're really readers. And so if you tell them this is a history, the Book of Mormon of the Nephite people who had moved here um, years ago and inhabited America, um, they were interested in that. But a lot of times we'd go back to talk to them about the Book of Mormon, and they would leave it really nicely folded in a paper with a bow on it and set it outside the door with me. So they're really charming people, the French are. And they loved it. So most of my experiences with French people were very good. I did have one time when somebody was upset with us and we were on, you have you seen they have like Solexes and Caddies. They're like little motorized vehicles. I don't know if they have them anymore over there in France.
I'm not
but we did. I'll have to show you a picture of one. But it's out there. It's motorized, and so it helped get you places. Sometimes when you went up a hill, you had to pedal too to get up there. But you used gasoline, or some kind of gas thing that worked. And so that was really nice. I found the French people to be very good, except one time somebody threw their water out on top of our heads. And I thought, okay, I guess that means no call back. Gotcha. So,
All right.
but for the most, I did have my first taste of rum in France because they don't think anything about having candy filled with rum. And
I know
so,
exactly what you're talking about. Moncherie.
yeah, yes, yeah. And I thought, I ate it and I thought, hmm, that's a different taste of chocolate or whatever. But I didn't know till later that it was filled with rum, so
Whoops.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, after I'd eaten raw oysters, because they eat them raw over there and they open it up, and if it's still moving, they pop them down. Yeah, I had my first experience with that. Swallow about 6 times before it stayed down.
Do you
'Cause
like it?
no.
All right.
uh, Not much.